Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over our February 2020 budget, showing you all of the income that came in and how we spent or allocated every single dollar in our budget. But before we get into it, I want to let you guys know if you are interested in getting the budget template that I will be using today, you can actually pick it up on my shop for $7. I have a link to it in the description box down below. If you want to check it out, you can download it to use in Excel or in Google Sheets, many different options. So if you're interested, you can check that out. Otherwise, let's get into this budget. So the first section that we have here in our budget is our income. So I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out from our day jobs, but I do show you our side hustle income. But before I do, actually, I will say Jacob has been putting money into his HSA, his health savings account. We've been trying to max it out at the beginning of the year. Our initial plan was to max it out in January, but we were unable to do so because his payroll department made an error and actually didn't deduct it his first payroll of January. So we ended up having to split it between January and February. So this ended up being a really low income month for us, like a take-home pay, because we were putting so much extra to his HSA to be able to max it out. So it now is fully maxed out, and so I do realize, like, even though we weren't taking home that money, it was still going towards something that is a savings goal and a net worth building tool, and something that we are going to use as we are having a baby in May. We've been saving for medical related expenses for that labor and delivery. So we will be using that money. We're just setting it aside, and it didn't come out of his net paycheck, which I budget off of our net take-home pay. So our income this month did end up being a bit low, but we still were able to cover all of our necessities and work a little bit on some financial goals. So to show you my side hustle income, this is for my business here on YouTube and everything that I do online of the Budgeting Wife. So I plan to bring in $2,043, and I actually brought in $2,022. So our ending actual total income that we have to spend is $6,192.22. We use the zero-based budget, which means all of our income equals all of our expenses or money out. And so we want to make sure that we are allocating every dollar that we bring in to go towards an expense or go towards savings. So now to show you where all of those dollars went. The first that we have is our tithe. So we give to our church, and this month we gave $550. We also give to African New Life, which is an organization we support 2 children in Rwanda, and so that was $78. And then we support an additional missions organization, and that is $40 a month. So that's all of our giving that we is really important to us and that we include at the top of our budget, and that's always going to be a priority for us. Next we have is our mortgage. So we actually spent a little bit more on our mortgage this month, and which you'll see in the net worth update that I have below. But our mortgage payment each month is $23.9860, and we actually spent $24.2860. I made an extra $30 payment because the loan amount was so close to getting under that next $1,000 threshold that I was like, nah, I'm just gonna make an extra payment so I can see it go below that. We are not really focused on paying off our mortgage early right now, but an extra $30, I was like, yeah, it'd feel good to do that. So I just decided to make an extra payment. So we now have our HOA. Our HOA is $121.46 each month, and they cover all of our landscaping and parks in our neighborhood. I honestly don't mind paying for the HOA. I think it's completely reasonable and for the things that you get. Next we have is water and sewer. So this month it was $95.14. I've had people say that my water bill is too high and that I should look to see if we have a leak anywhere or something. It's really not. For people who I've talked to in our area, that seems to be the norm. So that's just, it is what it is. I feel like it can vary depending on what area you live in. So yes, $95 for water and sewer. Then we have natural gas. So this is what our house is heated with. And then we also cook with natural gas as well. So $73.41 was the cost. Then we have trash. We pay trash every other month, which is really weird for our budget, but this was one month where we paid trash, and so it was $58.72. I originally thought that it was supposed to be the same amount every other month, but so far it's varied. We've lived in our house since September, so we've had a few months under our belt, and so the amount for our trash has varied every time. I'm not sure why. But this month it was $58.72. It doesn't vary by much, just a few bucks though. Next we have is electric. So this is just for any sort of lights that we have on in our house or anything that's plugged in. It was $41.93 this month. And then internet is actually going down from $55 to $49.95. We got a deal with Xfinity for just like another year. I literally reached out to them to ask them about like getting a bill, and they were like, oh, do you want to see if you qualify for any like offers? I was like, sure. And they're like, okay, we can reduce it by $5 a month. And I was like, okay, that's great. So that's why our internet bill is going to be a little less. Next we have our phones, which we pay $117.33 per month for our phones. Jacob and I are still on our family's individual plans, and so we just pay our parents directly for our portion of the phone bill. Next we have is insurance, and this is car insurance for our 2 vehicles. It was supposed to be $160.13, but it ended up being less this month. Again, I'm not sure why. I should probably look into that, but it was $128.58 this month. Then we have life insurance. Jacob and I both have life insurance policies, and which is like a term policy, and that was $52.89 for each month. Then we have groceries. We budgeted $250 and we spent $243.53, so right under budget there. That was a win for us. And then we have eating out. We spent a little bit more on eating out. We budgeted $100 and we spent $102.31. This month was Valentine's Day, so we did go out to a little bit nicer of a restaurant for Valentine's Day. Normally we just do like happy hour when we're going out, but we decided to actually go to like a sit-down restaurant, so that's why it ended up being more, and that's also why we typically like to just do a happy hour and like split meals. It saves us a lot of money and we still get to like really enjoy ourselves. But $102.31 is what we spent. Then we have gas. So gas was $150 for our budget, and we actually spent $176.12, and it all just depends on like when we have to fill up our cars. So yeah, a little bit over budget this month, but maybe we'll be under budget for next month. Then we have my Roth IRA. We put $200 a month into a Roth IRA. We are still working on other financial goals right now of beefing up our emergency fund, and once we do, then we plan to like go really hard on like maxing out our Roth IRAs this year, and we only have one open for me, and we plan to open up one for Jacob here in a couple months once we finish the emergency fund. So for right now, we're just putting $200 a month away for it. Then we have fun. We budgeted $50 for fun this month, and we spent $0. So you know us, really fun people over here. Then we have miscellaneous. We budgeted $100 for miscellaneous, and we only spent $66.99, which was a huge win for us. Miscellaneous is one of those categories that you always need in your budget because there's always something that comes up, but it ended up that this month we actually spent less than what I was expecting, which is another huge win. So for normal expenses, we ended up spending $4,624.96. So now to move into savings, and I always say this, but this is like my favorite part of the budget because this is where we are like working on our financial goals, and I'm also a huge saver and love to like put money towards savings. So the first thing that we have here is our emergency fund, which again is our big financial goal that we're working on. Since we did take home a lot less money this month than what we normally do, we therefore just weren't able to put as much towards the emergency fund. So we put $287.26 away, which is actually, you know, $87 more than what I was initially anticipating, thanks to being able to cut down on some of our normal expenses. We also then got $20.86 in our savings account from interest. We use a high yield interest savings account with Ally Bank, and so this was our like monthly interest that we received from it. So I'm just decided that I should be adding this in. So therefore we have $18,990.93 in our emergency fund. Our goal is to have $25,000, and we are getting a sizable tax refund this year, and so we plan to put like the majority of it, you know, to that and figuring that all out. So I do think that we're gonna have this done before baby gets here in May, and hopefully maybe even in like April we'll be able to finish the emergency fund. So we're so close, and I'm so ready to be done with it. Okay, next we have is personal spending. Jacob gets $100 a month for personal spending, and this month he spent $128.04. So his ending balance is now $407. So I also got $100 of personal spending money this month, and I spent $140.35. So I spent my money on reloading my Starbucks app, and then also, if you guys have seen, the stock market has done terribly at the end of the month, and so I decided to kind of like take advantage of that and purchase a stock with my Robinhood app. I use the Robinhood app to just like, I have a few stocks in there. It's definitely not my like main investing strategy, but more it's just kind of interesting and fun for me to like gain more insight into investing. So I do use the Robinhood app, and that's what I just bought another share of stock with that. If you're interested in trying out Robinhood, you can actually get a free stock by using my link. I will have it in the description box down below so you can check them out. Again, not my like main source of investing, but just interesting to like learn more about investing. And yes, I am such like a nerd that I spent my fun money on buying a stock with my Robinhood app. So my ending balance for my fun spending money is now $295.55. Next we have is extra giving. So we put $50 a month away for extra giving, and we can just like give to people whenever like the opportunity comes up. And so we now have $130.40 in that fund. Vacation, we're not putting any money to vacation right now because we are saving for a baby that we're gonna have here in 3 months, which is crazy. So we are saving for Christmas though. We're putting $50 a month away for Christmas between January and December. So our current balance for Christmas right now is now $100. We also put $100 into the car maintenance fund. We were negative at the beginning of the month, and we ended up not spending anything this month. So that's great. So we now have $1.39 in that. I hate going negative in my funds, so I just wanted to like clear them all out so we weren't negative anymore. The next fund that I have is house maintenance, and we put $100 into the house maintenance fund, and this will cover any sort of like minor, repair that we need to get fixed on the house. Once we are finished with our emergency fund, we do plan to put more to the house maintenance fund, like $350 a month, to be able to start saving up for larger house maintenance purchases that we may need to make over time. But we therefore didn't spend anything in this fund this month, so we now have $119.99. Okay, now household. We put $400 this month into our household fund, and we normally only put $100, but there was a larger purchase that we were intending to make this month, and it actually didn't happen. The item ended up like going offline. Sounds like it went out of stock and it should be back soon. So we ended up not making the purchase this month, but we'll have the money set aside if we need to spend it like in March. So we did spend $37.34 on other household related expenses. We bought like toilet paper and soap and things like that at Costco. And so our ending balance right now is $251.12. And then we have our baby fund. So this month we were planning to put $350 into it, and I just added $380 to it because we spent $371.98. So I just wanted to have everything covered. We now have a positive balance of $3.66. The majority of things that I spent money on during this month for baby related expenses were all classes. So we signed up for a childbirth class, we did a breastfeeding class, infant CPR, and also infant care. And so all of those were the majority of the baby related expenses that I have here. And I do think that that's going to be well worth the money. So we haven't taken all the classes yet. We took the childbirth class so far. But yeah, so that's why we spent the most of that budget on this month. So down here at the bottom, you can see that our total money out is $6,192.22. And I have this little check here that should make this line item 0. And so that means that all of our income at the top equals all of our expenses at the bottom. And so we have a zero-based budget. So next I want to show you guys our net worth update. We've been tracking our net worth, as it's very, very exciting for us to track now that we are debt free and we're working on these savings goals. This month though was not so great for our net worth. So total retirement this month, we started the month with $41,500 in retirement, and we even added $740 to it. And the ending balance was $41,216 because the stock market did terrible the last week. I'm not concerned about it because I'm 25, my husband's 28. There's still plenty of time for us to, ride out things. But this is the risk that you have when you are putting money into investments and saving for retirement. There is the possibility that it will see a decrease. So this month we definitely did see a decrease of $296 overall, but then since we put money into it, it actually had a loss of over $1,000. So that was not so great, but again, I'm not concerned about it, and that's just a risk that you take on when you're putting money into the stock market. Okay, next is our house. So last month, our house value actually went up over like $6,000, which was crazy, and this month it kind of settled back down, which makes sense. So last month, Zillow said that our house was around $440, and then this month they said it was around $437, and that makes a lot more sense to me. I don't know why it went up like $6,000 last month, so it went back down $3,000 this month. Makes more sense, but again, like we lost $3,000 of net worth value, whatever that may be. Next we have is our emergency fund, which is, like we said, $18,990, so that went up by $308. Then we have our sinking funds, so the extra cash that we have in our bank account saved up for all of those other sinking fund expenses, which we added $602 to. Next we have is Robinhood. Like I said, Robinhood is the investing app that I use to purchase individual stocks, and so I started the month with $591.50, and I ended it with $745. So I got like a couple of free stocks. Like when you guys use my link to get a free stock for yourself, I actually go on 2, which is awesome. So thank you if you've used my link. And then also I purchased another stock. So I did see a value go up in that, but I've actually seen my value in the app go down because the stock market hasn't done well the last week of February. Like I have seen the overall like loss go down. I just haven't cashed out or anything, but by me putting more money into it this month, I've seen the total balance go up, even though I also have seen a loss, if that makes sense. But again, that's just totally a risk that you are taking on if you do decide to invest. If you do decide to invest in retirement or in individual stocks, you run the risk of it going down in value, which is definitely what I saw happen this month. The next line item that we have is our HSA, our health savings account, and so we put extra money into it this month, like I said. So we now have $7,400 in our health savings account. Then we have cars. I look at our car value with Kelley Blue Book, and our car values, both of our cars are now worth total together $12,072. So it actually went up $37 according to Kelley Blue Book. Who knows? Then we have my ring. I have my wedding ring included in that of $6,000. So our total assets, the things that we own, are $524,735. And then we have our mortgage, which is our only liability. And this is why I made that extra $30 payment, because it's now under the $404,000 balance. So we had an increase by paying down the principal of our mortgage of $675. But still, as you guys see, our net worth went down $196 due to the loss in our retirement accounts and also what Zillow has our house priced at. So we actually did see a net worth loss this month, and we're back to basically the same as what we were last month, which is $120,700. So that is my update for this month. I'm definitely not like concerned or sad that our net worth has gone down, nor am I like sad or concerned that our retirement accounts have gone down, because I don't plan to cash them out or do anything with them. So if you want to get started with budgeting, definitely check out the budget template that I have in the description box down below. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest.